Here we go. All right, hold on. It's a busy day, so I'm going to keep you moving, hopefully get you out of here in about 45 minutes, hopefully no later than quarter after. That's my goal. If you so choose, we do have $10 off Dick's Sporting Goods. They can be used for anything that's non-name brand, so feel free to use that. But if you want to use it on name brand stuff, sorry. That's one of their rules. I also have 2 of these to give out today, $20 gift cards for Dick's Sporting Goods. I think these can be used for anything. My partnership with Dick's Sporting Goods is going quite well. They usually give me between $400 and $500 every year. So, and this is where I give them out. It's kind of to reward you to being a part of us and then coming to these meetings. So this is our first bi-weekly meeting. Has everybody at least worked one shift? You have not. Are you tonight? Ooh, big night. It's Greek night.
Oh no.
You'll be all right. Who are you working with? You'll be all right. A lot of yellow cards, a lot of red cards. You'll be fine. More ejections, the better. I mean, just early and often. That's what I'm saying. All right, so we're going to hopefully alleviate some of that while we're talking about this today. What time you work?
6:30.
I'll be out there for part of that. Don't you worry.
Follow me around.
No, I will not follow you around. I will watch, but I'm not following you around. All right, so reminders, the quizzes have been sent out. Chris has created them. I sent them out just a little bit ago. There's 2 of them because we missed last week, so we're going to catch up 2 in a week. What were they, 5 questions each? I didn't even look at them.
Yeah, 5.
I hope they're right because, do you get the grading right? There you go. So you can click on it and you can see your grade right after you take that. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. We'll be talking about them in the next couple bi-weekly meetings. So they're due next Wednesday by 12 o'clock if you want to get credit for them. Schedules will come out Friday morning, and we'll talk about do sports easy or not so easy for us. And time off requests for next week are past due, and we're gonna go over that. Meaning, I have not made out the schedule. I typically don't do it till Friday, so you get them in by Thursday afternoon, you'll be all right. So. The Campus Rec Leadership Series. One of you or 2 of you in here attended the last one that I did. I'm not doing the next one. That is to be hosted by Jake and Laura. It's called Having the Tough Conversation. So basically, we talk about dealing with some conflict. I'm sure Laura's going to put in some information about dealing with participants because you deal with them a lot. But it's also having a tough conversation with each other as supervisors or officials, having a tough conversation with as officials to your supervisors, and then so on and so forth. So they're going to put together a good program. Those are the dates and times. If you want to register, please let me know. I will put it in an email as well. You will receive a kudo and an incentive point. So those of you who showed up, you're also getting an incentive point for that. So I've tacked on a few more things to it. And they give away free stuff. I think everybody that attended last time got either a shirt and or a visor. There are, I think, 2 or 3 people signed up right now. So we made one more push for that. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me as we go along. Reminders, our office number is 2play, so if you ever need to get a hold of us, get that way. The rain hotline is 2rain. So if you're wondering, have we canceled, have we not? If I'm not in the office, you may not know. So, because I may not have sent the email out. That is updated by about 4 o'clock every day. Nice bright sunny day like today, we're gonna go play. Monday, Tuesday, not so much. So just remember that. Our website, which is sent out, these videos will be posted there, so if you see a play, or if you think you missed something in the meetings, or you missed the meeting, I usually have these up between Thursday and Friday on our website. And then our Facebook page, which you'll see more about here in a little while, or in the emails. So do sports easy. How is it from your end? Not easy? How is it not easy? I don't know. This is why I'm having this meeting, or put this in part of this meeting.
So between trying to log in to see just your shifts or from other people's shifts, if I don't have it, I have it bookmarked on my computer, not my phone. Mm-hmm. So if I'm trying to see which officials are working and I have to Google the address, it's always like the first link I click on is site under maintenance or whatever, and I have to scroll down and click the next one.
Have you gone under uncw.edu/campusrec,
yeah,
and then go and click on that one? Can you see the shifts from there if you log in that way?
Not on my phone.
Not on your phone.
My shifts.
Okay. We may have to print the schedule out every day. Well, we got to figure out something, so we'll talk about that. From the officiating side, is it easy to put in your time off now? Can you do that easier?
Is that the thing you block off in red?
Yeah, you click and drag in red. Is that easier? So like next week, if you want to request time off, click on next week, click wherever you are. How many of you play? I know you two play intramural sports. You guys play? Have you blocked off your times that you play? Because I'm going to stop looking at the sheets and I'm going to go by what's online. So if you haven't blocked that off, go in today or tomorrow and block those off. I will probably pull the sheets out one more time this week and make sure it doesn't conflict with your permanent availability. But I don't know if, like you said, you play. So just block off that hour. I can work you before, I can work you after, it doesn't matter. So just block those times off. Anything else? Any other issues? I know it's been tough because if you don't fill out every single category when you first log on, I can't schedule you. So if you've seen that to be a problem, I know you finished it and I believe you're done with it now, and I think you got everything in. Did I send it back to any of you after the first time you logged in?
Can you send an email with the link to it again?
Well, you know what we'll do? Right before we leave, we'll pull it up here, and we'll go from there. But yeah, hopefully it works. But I'm trying to figure out the best way that once Susan sends that email, that you fill it out right away, and then I can see it. So that's the tough part. So I'll put the schedule up for next week. It's similar to this week's. As I mentioned before, we have about 8 to 10 total officials for soccer that aren't supervisors. So what that means is you guys will be working 2 to 3 nights a week. They'll be sprinkled in those 2 or 3 nights. Now that everybody's finally on payroll and we're ready to go, I think our grand total is 9. So be prepared to work. Now, in the same sense, if you need time off, you need to let me know. You need to put it in there because I'm not going to overwork you. Some of you are working 4-hour shifts, some are working 2. It's all on how it shakes out. So if you're getting overwhelmed, you need to let me know as quickly as possible. All right, first week of play. Some of the things that we've seen. Working up and down the field, it seems like we're moving up and down the field well, but we're not keeping on the sideline. So if this is my sideline, this is the field of play, I'm officiating from over here. Why is this bad if that's my sideline? Go for it.
Not close to the play.
Like what?
You're not very close to the play.
Not very close to play. What else am I not? I can't see this line, right?
Sure.
So if the ball is rolling on this line or there's a ball in the air, I've got to be able to look down this line. So we've got to work on this line. Now, I get it if the play comes at you. If you're coming at me, get off that line, let the play go by and follow it up. If the play's coming this way, let that play go by you. So if Alex has the ball and I see him coming and I see him coming at an angle, I'm going to take a step or 2 this way because I know he's going this way and he's going to try to go up the sideline. So I'm going to let him go by me. I can still officiate the play from the backside because if I'm trying to beat him down the field, now I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Instead, I just let him go on by and then I follow him up the field and I can see it just fine. And you got a partner on the other side that'll be able to help you out, depending where you are. Administering cards. This is what you were scared about tonight. It'll happen. Alex, how many cards have you given out already?
3 this week.
I think just 1.
You get any?
2 so far.
I think I got 1.
All right, so.
Can I hear why?
Yeah, go ahead. What did you give cards out for?
One of them was the guy recklessly running into the goalie. I mean, the goalie was down towards the ground, but he was not on the ground. He just ran right into him. The other one was a slide tackle.
Okay, so both yellows?
Yeah, they're both yellows.
Red card was the keeper slide taking out a player, and then the 2 yellows were for players slide tackling, not making contact.
Saying just a slide tackle without contact.
I don't know. I think mine was a slide tackle without contact.
See, you're not going to have much of the conduct style cards. It's going to be more slide tackling because A, it's the first week and they don't know the rules, and B, they're just not intelligent enough to stay off the ground. So that's going to be most of your cards. If you see a slide tackle happen, let the play go and think, how close were they between me and the back row, and if I slide here, nobody's around me. Between the two of you, that's close. That's probably a yellow card. Contact, let the play finish, and then administer your red. So if they slide and take them out, and the ball doesn't go anywhere, they don't gain an advantage, kill the play, give out the red card. So if I'm administering, how do you administer the card? I got the card in my pocket, pull it out, right?
Raise it high and get right in front of the face, yeah.
No, I say right about here.
Right. Yeah.
Because if he's really, really mad that I just gave him a yellow or red card, he's got to take 2 or 3 steps to get to me. It also gives me a 2 or 3 step head start going the other way. So I give the card, and I let them know they have the card. Most people, if they get a yellow card, they'll turn around and be like, okay, and away they go. What else do you need to do when you administer that card? For those of you that have administered cards, what else?
Let them know why they got it.
Well, you give them the yellow card and say, like, for sliding, whatever they may have done. Okay, what else you got to do?
Make sure it's marked.
Put it in the book, right? What if you don't have the book?
You gotta communicate it to the person that does.
Gold 23 for sliding. That's all you got to do. It's not a secret. It's not like, hey, and away you go. No, it's known. That thing's bright. Poof, right here. 23 sliding. Now, if he starts coming at you, you better get the hell out of it. It's not going to happen. But let them know. Most of the time, they already know that, hey, I slid, or I said something stupid, or I taunted. They usually know that when they get those cards. So when you put it in the book, write it down. One of the things that we've had a little bit of an issue with is getting the score correct. So we've already had 2 or 3 people call in and go, the score's not right. That's a problem in my book. So when you write those down, you need to look every score, pull it out and mark it down. I don't want to have 2 people have a book. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to print out 2 scorecards. I want one person to handle it. If you don't think you can handle that and the stopwatch at the same time, give one of them up. Give the scorecard to him and the watch over here. I don't care. But make sure that we have those out there. Ejections, as I said, don't be afraid to eject a player who deserves it. Sometimes it's the last resort, but needed. Red and yellow cards, it's part of the game. I'm going to meet with probably 4 or 5 people in the next week, but it's going to happen. So if they got to go, they got to go. Sliding with contact, automatic, no questions. Conduct, that's going to be on you. When you eject somebody, what do I need? What you need to do if you eject somebody after the game.
Let the supervisor know.
Well, you let the supervisor know right away.
Their information.
That's supervisor. That's an official.
Fill out like the application for it.
You fill out the report, right? Sliding from behind, does that give me enough context? Not really, but I need a little bit more. A slide from behind, that's an easy conversation. I usually pick up the phone. Hey, you slid from behind? Yeah. You know you're going to be suspended? Yeah. All right, here's when you'll be reinstated. That's typically my conversation when I have a slide from behind. Slide with contact. What led up to it? A person gets ejected for taunting, baiting, fighting, saying some curse words. Give me the whole story. Drop the F-bomb. Be honest, you drop the F-bomb, you're probably not going to be ejected in my book. I'll be like, drop the F-bomb. Hey Lily, is this really what you wanted to eject this person for? Well, they said this, and this. Put all that information in there. The less I have to call you about, the better. So just try to remember that if you ever eject somebody, put that information in there. Teams need a minimum of 5 players to start a game. And correct, it's 4 of one gender, 2 and another. So they can play with 3 and 2, that makes 5, 4 and 2, or any combination there in between. They're allowed 7, but if they have 4 and 2, whoever's got the greater gender has to be the goalkeeper. So if it's the male's going to be the goalkeeper. It's a female's going to be the keeper. If they play 3 and 3, they can pick. It doesn't matter. So at least one of them has to be the goalkeeper. How do we know who the goalkeeper is? You're still trying to chew and...
The got a different color shirt.
Different color shirt. Now, if this team's got blue and this team's got yellow, and this goalkeeper's got a blue shirt on, we probably give him a red penny. Him or her a red penny. So just remember that. Like, oh, there's blue, yellow, goalkeeper. Now, if you got that blue on and we have a dark blue, I'm all right with that. But if they're similar colors, just give them a different penny and just denote it as the goalkeeper. Throw-ins, this is really from last year. I haven't seen much of this, but make sure their feet stay on the ground, over the head, equal force, and all the way through. We have watch lines, we talked about that. What's my overtime rules?
3 minutes golden goal.
Huh?
3 minutes golden goal.
3 minutes golden goal. What does golden goal mean?
First to score wins.
First to score wins that game. What happens at the end of that 3-minute period?
5 PKs from each team, alternating teams, and they have alternating genders.
In a men's and a women's game, we have 5 and 5, right? I'm going to break this down. What happens when we're tied after those 5?
That's as far as we got last night.
We're in a men's or women's game. Somebody help her out. If we're tied after 5.
Pick another 5.
In a men's or women's game. Not correct, men's or women's.
Just go back and forth one by one.
So now they start, if you 5 shot and you're all the same gender, I pick 1. So after that we go 1 until they exhaust everybody, then we can start over in any order that they want. But they can't keep putting you back out there to shoot. They have to go down the order on their team. Then they start back over. Once they exhaust everybody, now they can pick in any order they want, but it still has to go one at a time. If you get past like 10, holy crap, that's a heck of a PK. Now, you're talking about co-rec. We have 5 and 5. What if we're tied after those 5?
New set of 5.
New set of 5. Why?
Share the love.
Share the love?
I don't answer to that.
Because we have to alternate gender, we can't guarantee the order of the gender, so we pick a new 5. And we can't guarantee that your team's going to have an even number of women to the even number of men. So that's why we say pick a new 5, and we shoot from there. It can be the same 5, it can be a different 5, it can be in any order that you want. But it's got to be 5 people. If your team does 3 males and 2 females, and your team does 3 females and 2 males, it doesn't matter. Just the greater number of gender has to shoot first. So in your case, the males, in your case, the females. It's a little confusing. Take your time, grab a supervisor, and hopefully they get you to it. All right, so we're going to go through a couple plays before I play Kahoot It, and we're actually going to team up to play Kahoot It, so you can actually win some money together. All right, so the first play, tell me what you have here. It'll replay.
Are players allowed to kick on the ground?
You tell me.
I believe so.
Is what the goalkeeper did before that legal? Is this first?
Yeah, it went since.
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Yes.
Yes. Is that legal?
Yeah.
Yes. Is that legal? Why not?
It's on the ground.
Is there anybody around him?
There is one guy.
Now you gotta look. His teammate. These guys right here. He's ATO. He's ATO. He's ATO. Those are all 3 in the same team. So this technically is a legal play because there's not an opponent near him. So these guys were all on the same team. He's an ATO, ATO, ATO. So right here, it's all his teammates. Now, if he is close enough and he does that, we have a foul. We have a dangerous play, playing on the ground. What kind of kick is that?
That's indirect.
Indirect, right? Where does an indirect kick go from in this case? It'll go from right about there. And this is going to be a tough sell because you're going to be about 3 yards from the goal. Yes, ma'am.
Question. So I know there's not an opponent near him, but like it's still kind of a dangerous play, even though it's his own team.
Think of it this way. If you go to slide to save the ball from going out of bounds and you slide kick it back in, a legal play if nobody's around, right?
Yes.
So it's not a dangerous play in that case. So I count this as legal in our books. Now, if he's closer and he's in this play, we have a dangerous play, and we take that indirect. You're going to have to set this one up. You're going to put the people, if they want to be on the goalkeeper line, they can be there. So if the ball's there, I can be right here because I'm on the out of bounds line. But they cannot move forward until that ball is kicked. So you raise your hand, you're like, you're playing on my whistle. I'm not going to let this one play at will. This one's going to play on my whistle. So we do that, then they can have that indirect kick. All right, what about this? Oh.
The goalie
Is that his
go.
own? That was his own.
He hit his own kid, but his own teammate.
Right here.
He dove towards the ball. You can't dive head first. As a goalie. You have to dive step aside.
He kind of went down like this, and then he just got like plowed.
He knew
It's
what
like
he
he was
was
headed-
doing, though.
It's like
All right, so let's break this one down. He realizes his teammates, he needs to get that ball, right? So he's coming out towards a defender, or towards an opponent. He goes to the ground, right? He makes contact, right? What do we have? We have a slide. He's going to argue, yes, he dove for the ball, but you came out and into an opponent. You dive like this to block a shot, like the first one, legal. This one, he's coming out.
oh yeah.
We stopped the clock on it.
No.
The situation I had, the guy he literally was standing almost a foot from the goal line, did not come out, and the guy just ran right over the top. Is that legal? For him just to roll right over top of him, he didn't go to the ball. He literally was standing a foot from the goal line and just stayed right there and waited for the guy to come to him. He was just going down to the ball like this, and just.
Did he go forward? Did he go into the play? If he just drops to his...
He just literally went down. He didn't even go down to his knees. He just went down like this and went to pick it up.
I'd have to see the play because what I'm thinking about and what you're describing are probably two different things. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I can't visualize this. We can talk about it at the end here.
Sure.
But this one, absolutely, he ends up getting hurt. Him and his teammate both get hurt. It's sad because he gets ejected. Yeah.
Okay, that was kind of my question because he did come with momentum, but I don't think the intention was to make contact like a normal slide with contact. So would it be an ejection or would it be a yellow?
Did contact happen? I can't judge your intent because if it's always my intent to slide and get the ball away from you legally, my intention is not to foul you. My intention is to get the ball away.
I feel like the contact was on the hitting player and not on the, like he got ran into after he went momentum. Does that make sense? Not.
No, I know what you're saying, but guess what? He's on the ground. He puts himself in a compromising position.
Yeah, okay.
You have to have a card on this.
Oh yeah, I would card him. I just didn't know which.
All right, what we're looking at here is look how he. I think this is red playing it back to red too. Ooh, that's not good, right? So blue's playing it, red's like, hey, I'll just kick it back. He's way off the line, and that's illegal. What kind of kick is that? Indirect, right? So wherever that goalkeeper picks this up, it's indirect. Red passed it back to his teammate off his foot.
You can't pick it up.
And he cannot pick that up. So these two guys this guy and the red team are the same team. So you cannot play it back to the goalkeeper off your foot in this instance. So this is illegal. This is a handball by the goalkeeper.
Now, if he shoves it back off his shin, but he's making a move like he's moving.
If I'm trying to knee it back to I consider the knee the same part.
Right.
Chest, head, I don't
I had
consider.
that argument. I got set up in the and they got mad as hell. And I said, look, man, I was like, you made the play to push it back to him.
Yeah, if you put it off your shin, I consider that your foot. Now, can I throw it into the goalkeeper? And the goalkeeper pick it up?
Yeah.
I cannot throw it to my own goalkeeper. So if I go to throw it in and Dan's on my team, I throw it in and he picks it up, and again, that's a handball by the goalkeeper. That's an indirect kick. That had happened Monday night. Chris, what, Monday night? We corrected that pretty quickly. I basically looked at the goalkeeper and said, you can't do that. We're going to correct it at halftime, and Chris did. So just remember that. You cannot throw it into the goalkeeper. That is not one of our rules. How much you have here?
Oh God, his arms are like.
I'm good with this initially. We're fighting for position. We got a physical game. This is going to be a fighting for position. This is no longer fighting for position. This is me winning position. So here we're good, here we're not. And then he ends up throwing him. I don't know if he acted or not. He may have. He didn't get the call if he was trying to act. But we've got a decent look right here by this official. He was getting ready to, but I don't think he did. So just remember that. You have a good look, threw him away. We've got to have that foul. Do you have anything here?
Started falling down. He was twisting and falling down.
But he still helped push him back down. He might have been able to catch himself.
I feel like when he kicked it up,
He did
like,
throw
he
his
took
arm
his
out.
foot like stepped where he
I
was
feel
like.
like he was getting his balance and being off.
We're going to take a vote on this one. I want to know what you have, and you have to vote. Come on. I'll give it to you one more time. Who has a foul? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who does not have a foul? Why do you have a foul?
Because, I mean, even though he was already falling, I could see his arm just kind of like, I guess, keep him. Yeah.
But at the same time, that was a natural reaction.
Well, he made
Kind of-
contact with him like in the legs. Like the ball was nowhere in the air. Like the ball's in the air. He kicks his legs,
I see
and then the ball comes down.
an
He also-
obstruction type.
Obstruction by who?
The arm kid, because like the ball's away and he's like kind of holding him back. Luke kind of sticks his leg out, and then I guess ATO kind of throws his arm out in front of him to kind of like block him from being able to be first to the ball.
All right. Why didn't you two have a foul? Well, 3 didn't have a foul. Tell me why. I'm not going to give you one way or the other. I want to know why. This is more to.
I feel like Blue lost his own balance, and then the other guy saw his opportunity to take the ball, and he kind of just like, he had nowhere else. He was losing his balance, so he was going to step in front.
He was already committed to being
Yeah,
in
they
that
were already
space.
going for the ball. Like, where else is he supposed to go?
All right. The reason I ask this is I'm not going to tell you my thoughts on this play because they're irrelevant. I want to know how you're thinking about the play. If you don't call this foul or do call this foul, if you don't, what do you want to do? Play if you don't call it, right? Because if you don't think there's enough contact or you think the kid fell, let him know you yell play. Because your partner may be going, if this is in front of your partner, so this is this official's call, and you don't yell play, he's thinking, oh crap, we got somebody on the floor or on the ground. I'll call this one for him. But if you yell play, that tells your partner you saw the play. And if you hear play from your partner, you better let it go. Because if you're like, he or she's like play, and you're like, shoot. That's not good, because then you two aren't on the same page. So if your partner yells play, let him or her live and die by the call. Now if the other team comes to you and asks, why wasn't that a foul? Explain, to me it looked like the player was going down. You can ask my partner the same thing. It's not throwing them under the bus. I told them, to me they were going to the ground. If they call a foul and you disagreed, well, my partner saw the hand come across and thought maybe had a push. Maybe they saw. Maybe they had a push. That's what I would say. I'm not disagreeing with the call. I'm supporting my partner. At the end of the half or the end of the game, you can talk, hey, remember this play? Yeah. What'd you have? We do this all the time in basketball and baseball. What did you have? Because now you can explain it to me, and we can talk about it. Because if you say there's no foul, and Lily comes up and says, "Do you see the arm come around and pull the kid down?" "No, I didn't see that. That's what I had." It's just different things you can talk about. So I'm not going to give you one way or the other on this. Yes, ma'am.
So in the event of that happening, like let's say you have kind of like a large moment, but soccer-wise, do you turn over the advantage or do you ignore the foul, or like what do you?
Once the whistle blows, the whistle's blown.
Okay.
We're going to go with it.
I figured.
Yeah. So that's why we say wait 2 or 3 seconds to let this start, develop, and finish. Because once you do, then you can either blow it dead, or you can play the advantage. Because your partner blows it dead, and you be like, you just look at them and be like, "Yep, agree with them." And they come up and ask you why, and be like, "We were giving it a couple seconds to develop, and it didn't develop the way it should have," and that's fine. We got on this. Simple trip, right? No cards, no nothing, just a simple trip. Here's what I don't want you to do. Stop that ball. You don't get paid to do that. What I want you to do is be further down the line. Look where his head is. All right. This is a good teaching play. All right. So he's 2 yards off. I guarantee it, because that's 2 yards. He's about there, 2 yards off the line. I don't pay you $8 an hour to go chase a ball. If I wanted to, I'd pay $7.25 and put ball boys or ball girls out there. But I don't. Let them go chase it. You're running up and down the field for 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't want you to go chase that ball. Let that ball go. Guess what? The further that ball goes away, the more time you save. Less time you have to officiate. All right. So, other than him doing this, now, what's he looking at? He's looking down here, right? Not a bad thing that he's looking down there. But here's the other problem. Where's he supposed to be? Probably right about there, watching this player, this player, this player, helping out with this, watching this. Because guess what? If it goes this way and goal scored, he has no idea. None whatsoever. So, we want to make sure that you're a little bit further down. He's looking straight down at the feet. Which everything here is fine, and I think that's the end of the play. Oh yeah, shot on goal. Guess where he is? That ball just went out of bounds right here. Look where he is. This is not one of our officials this year, so I can pick on whoever this is. I don't even remember who it is. You need to be down that line. Questions? All right, who are my new officials here? 1, 2, and 3. All right, find somebody in the room that's not Mr. Kingston and pair up with them.
I don't want us talking to Kingston anyway.
He doesn't know soccer, so you're not.
You got 3 over here, and you got 2 over here.
You already heard.
Okay, that's fair.
Pick wisely, because this is going to be your teammate. They have the option, and they're going to help you. Who you got?
I can't pick
You cannot pick him.
You pick me.
All right, Dan, who you got?
Wait,
All right,
participating too, or like?
so you 2 are together. All right, pull out your phone. Go to kahoot.it.
Hey! Just one of us, right?
Just one of you.
Alright, good. We double the chances of winning.
Fair.
Take the second option every time.
Go to kahoot.it.
What if there's 4? What you gonna do that?
Enter the game pin right up there. 392846. Come up with creative team name, or I don't care.
Or don't.
Or don't. I really don't care. You're not gonna break my heart.
Saw your wife earlier.
She said she saw you too.
Yeah.
So, were you petting dogs?
Huh?
Are you petting dogs?
I know I can't. I'm allergic. She asked me. She was like, "Take a load off, pet him." I was like, "I would, but I'm allergic, so I'm just gonna pet him from here." And I was like,
My wife would. If she had an allergy to dogs, she'd take as many pills as she could.
"I'm allergic."
Bat ramp. Was that you too?
I'm allergic to dogs, cats, and grass.
What do you want to do?
Gift card winner. Who's that one? You're guaranteed to lose.
Apparently us.
Wait. There's 4 teams.
Oh,
Are you bat ramp up there? All right. It's going to be right away. This is not a team mode. This question's going to come up right away. Where are teams required to sit? So apparently we were doing a poor job of doing this at times. Just get them on either sideline. You know, you do your captain's meeting. Hey, get your team over there, get your team over there. We're friends. I don't care. Not today. I guarantee you tonight they will not be friends. So, all right. I guess I'm going to get a gift card today if you win, right?
Yeah, I get the other one. I want to team too.
So, the quicker you answer, the better you are. Contact with another player is required on this type of kick before a goal can be scored. No, who said direct kick?
Oh, I thought it was you.
An indirect kick requires contact with another player before a goal can be scored. Bat ramp, you better be up there. Woo!
you with a crutch. Twitter, you are in reach.
Frying Nemo. Oh, somebody answered wrong. A minimum of 5 players required to start a game. This is true or false?
That was quick.
Well done, everybody. Well done. Why?
This is true. Bat ramp. Frying Nemo, you're struggling a little bit.
We had the highest win
We
streak.
have a 3 streak.
Oh, we had the highest one. You know,
We play 2 20-minute halves in soccer.
I knew they would put it back.
I tried. I fooled somebody. Who'd I fool?
I struggle so much with this game because it's so
It's
quick and
going
I can't
swimmingly.
process the
Yeah, swimmingly.
so stressful for me.
All right.
Colors and words, no.
Colors and words.
They're stressful things.
Question 5. What is the minimum number of players of each for a gender? What is the minimum for a gender?
not us.
Struggling.
Man, I lost my gift card.
Yay, Chris Kingston,
I'll be
everybody.
back up there. No worries.
Knows the word.
Ah, man.
Hey, look, come on now.
All right. What is the maximum number of players for gender correct? I bet you get this one right. All right.
Second place again.
Your life is a lie.
Destroy you. Who's that? Oh, son of a gun. You're only up by 20 or 19 points.
Down by 25 going into that question.
That's all right. Question 7. How long is each halftime?
I am thick by
Yes, that is mean. It requires you to look before you put that in.
And you're just being me yelling wrong answers out loud.
What the? You. Quit playing. Just.
I had to teach him that earlier. His quiz question was wrong because he thought.
How long is the overtime period?
Yeah, this is the one that you screwed up earlier.
Who put 5 minutes?
Chris, you spent 20 minutes on this. 20?
It sounds like you weren't paying attention in the back of the room. All right, it's 3 minutes. Or golden goal, but we do not play sudden death with no time limit.
That ramp is in last place.
Bat ramp has done so well. I need to find a new partner. All right, question number 9. Which of these is a red card? Which of these is?
Christopher, we went over that.
Excessive celebration and hurdle.
That's like a yellow.
That's a yellow card.
Yellow.
That's a yellow card.
What if they spike the ball?
I'm still giving them a yellow. Depends the game. If it's like their third time, yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's our second time, it's 2 yellows.
It's their second time.
Exactly. Logic.
Ooh, we got a tight game here. All right. It's really between the top two, so.
They get our phone.
Here we go. Who receives a card for fan misconduct on a sideline?
Yeah.
That was quick. That was the last question.
What if it's their second yellow and they get ejected because you decided to do that?
You know what you do? You take that fan with them and say, there's the door. If a captain gets ejected for this, the fan's going to walk out with him.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
eject the fan and the captain.
Yeah, but it goes to the captain. Now, I would be a little more lenient with this if this fan's being an idiot and the captain's trying. Like, dude, shut up. He subs himself out of the game. If you don't shut up, I'm going to be in trouble. And they're still not shutting up, and they come to you and say, hey, I cannot get this person. Will you help me out? Take that person out of there. Guess what? The captain tried. All right. The winner is...
Yeah.
Oh.
80 points.
I'm surprised I didn't win that one. So, on your way out, please collect your gift cards. For those of you that didn't clock in, did you clock in? Mr. Twigger will take you down to our office to clock out. Go ahead and clock in and clock out and just
Fix the time.
fix